Hey guys, and we are live, and it's Thursday night. It's time for the live show. As always, I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka Gotbot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, man. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors, NL, the Autobot family, and have a look for me everywhere across social media. Now, I did say that we were going to go on around 8 o'clock Eastern, so we're on a little bit earlier than I anticipated, but that's okay. That's all right. We will adjust. I'm going to get things ready. We do, of course, have a number of things to try and get through. So we'll get all set up here, and then we'll kind of move on from there. How you guys doing tonight? Doing good tonight? Hope you guys are doing good tonight. We'll do the this. We're gonna do the this. I see that a couple of you lads are already in the chat. I'll catch up with you in just a moment. I do have to get things sorted away here. And I won't be surprised if it's kind of slow to build up here tonight because I am coming on earlier than I anticipated. And let's do that. Dinosaur Planet, hey, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Green Turtle Gaming, Sam, always a pleasure to have you guys drop by. You know I appreciate it so very, very much. Hopefully we will have a few others join us as we get going here tonight. Okay, so we have a few things here to cover. Here's my list of topics to cover. It looks like a lot, but it's actually really not this week because it was kind of a slow week overall. First things first, I want to get this right out of the way. For those of you who are going to TFCon, have fun, man. Have a blast. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm so envious of you. I don't think I'll ever get to go to one of these cons just because of where I live. I don't think I'll ever get there. I'm so awe-inspired when people get to go to one of them, if not, one a year. I can't even imagine how awesome that must be. So have fun. I hope it's a blast for everyone who attends. I already saw that Matt Deluxe Baldwin is on his way there, and we all know that Patriot Prime is on his way there. So I hope it's a fun time for all. It seems like the theme in DC is going to be G2. We already saw that there's going to be a G2 Mirage from Ocular Max. Very green and like pinky purple, very neonish. If you're into like those G2 gaudy colors, cool, I guess, man. Great, good for you. It's not really for me. We also saw that there's going to be a G2 Vulcan, which is that Grimlock. I can't remember who makes it now. Somebody tell me who makes it. I know you guys know. Again, if you want your Grimlock blue, go for it. It's a great figure, no doubt. Then there's the one that really throws me off. It is MMC's, who is it? Altio. I don't even know who this Altio is or who it's supposed to be. If you guys know, again, let me know. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just checking something before we get going here. The Altio one, if I was able to go there, that would be one that I'd want. Like if I had like a TFCon hookup, I think I'd want Altio. It says that something sinister is afoot. Okay, I don't really know what that means, but because I don't know who the character is supposed to be. If you guys know, then hey, let me know. Either way, for the most part, it seems like it's a very G2-esque type of styling for TFCon. And that's fine, I suppose. I'm just doing a last minute. Normally I do this before I go on air, but I forgot. I'm doing like a last minute news check here, so to speak, though I don't really expect to see a whole lot more than we saw before. A couple of little things popping in there, and I'll deal with it, I think, as the time goes on. Yeah, a few things here. Actually, more things here than I thought I was going to see. We will have to pick up on it as we go through. Okay, I'm just going to check in with you guys, and then we'll get to topic number 2, which kind of ties in with what I just found there. And I do see that a lot of you guys have come in. Maximal 10, it's great to have you here. You know I always appreciate it. Yeah, it should be a good show tonight. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm feeling good. I think I'm over my crisis. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good. TF Fan Geek, I'm glad that you're here, buddy, as always. By the way, that was a great. If you haven't seen TF Fan Geek's video, kind of explaining the kind of background for Impactor, check it out. It's a good job. He's done a great job. Planet X done Vulcan. Thank you, Sam. Yes, Planet X done Vulcan. So they did. So there's a blue version of that. Is it? Oh, it's Ratbat. I guess it must be like Senator Ratbat. I guess that Altio or whatever it is must be like Senator Ratbat. Does he turn into a bat? Is that what he turns into? Because that's not really what it looked like. But yeah, it looks cool. Let's see. Ratbat, specifically where he was, regular bot. That's fair enough, man. You know more about it than me. He looks cool, is all I know. He looks cool, but okay, Ratbat. Talk about those new. Am I going to talk about those new cyber? I am now. I just discovered them. I should have checked before I came on, but we will talk about it when we get maybe kind of between topics 2 and 3 here. MWG, glad you're here as always. Let's see. Regional Gaming, I'm glad you're feeling better. Nothing worse. Look, you can have all the money in the world, man. You can have all the figures in the world in your collection, but if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Here's your kind of life lesson or thought for the night there now. Okay, so we have news and rumors and kind of in-hand images of stuff. So I'll sort of cover some things here. Pardon me if I look down because I am going to be looking at some notes there and some notes here. Very first thing that we found out since you and I talked last is that there's going to be a Raiden Project, and it was put in quotes, Raiden Project. And everybody immediately jumped and said, we're going to get a Combiner Wars style Raiden. That's not what was said. What was said is that there's going to be a Raiden Project. We do not know what the nature of it will be. It could be a statue. It could be a G1 reissue. It could be a Combiner War style Raiden. I'd be down for that. Although, that being said, it looks like I've missed the boat on the Seacons. All 6 or all 3 groups of 2, all of them are sold out. There's really only one spot here in Canada to get them. They're all sold out. I'm not, honestly, for a group like the Seacons, I really wasn't hip on the idea of spending $55 of deluxe, because that's what it would be. $80 for a Voyager. That's for the Seacons. I don't know. If there's some sort of a more affordable box set, maybe, but I don't know if they interest me that much. I'm surprised that they sold out as quickly as they did, if I'm being perfectly honest about it. But hey, whatever, man. What do I know? But yeah, Raiden Project, all I'm going to say right now is I'm excited too, but let's cool our jets. Let's stand back. Let's just take a deep breath, man, and realize that we don't really know what this project is going to be yet. Hopefully it'll be something really cool. We also saw in-hand images of Mixmaster, and the head of Studio Series Devastator looks cool, looks great. I don't know if the barrel or the mixing drum was like mistransformed, but it didn't look right at all. It looked it didn't look right. The robot looks fine. The head of Devastator looks fine, but I think that the mixing drum might have been mistransformed because that looked not great. We also, just as I see down here, got in-hand images of Scavenger. Scavenger, I thought his name was Demolisher. Like, I thought in the movie he was Demolisher, and then somebody said that Scavenger and Demolisher are like the same body type or something. I don't know. But I know that Studio Series Scavenger has like a, one weird big tire on the bottom and one weird big tire mohawk thing, and these two weird. He's weird. He's weirdo. He's a weirdo. It's not like G1 Scavenger in the least. Here's the thing, though. The tractor mode looks cool. The robot mode, as weird as it is true to the character. I mean, it's true to that movie design, and it fits in with the rest of the Studio Series Constructicons. He's big, he's bulky, he's burly, he's solid. I think he needs his arms in order to stay stood up, but that's another story. If you're in for that Devastator, I mean, you're going to need him. It's as simple as that. If you're not informed, then I don't know, be happy that you're not informed. I don't know. He's weird. He's weird. I see that Ratchet is out at US retail. I said to you guys a while ago, man, be patient. Usually the US gets stuff months and months and months in advance of us here in Canada. This was one figure, one time that was in reverse. Now you know what we go through all the time, man. Now you can feel our pain. It's it's a chance for you to have a little bit of empathy for what we go through year in, year out, man. Nevertheless, I'm really glad for you guys that he is finally out. I see that we have the Power of the Primes, One Step Jazz. I think I talked about Jazz last week. It looks to me very similar to the RID Jazz. I, as of yet, have not seen Jazz on the program, but I did just recently see episode 7, and wow, Cyberverse is becoming leaps and bounds better, and with episode 7 of season 2, seems to really be maturing a lot more. That was a heavy episode, man. A tense episode with Optimus and Megatron doing some negotiating. Slipstream was as desperate could be, and then like Starscream talking about how like Scraplets have like the animated sparks of primes and stuff. Like, it's a heavy episode, and we have a great story arc going on. If you haven't got into Cyberverse, I think season 2 might be the time to do it, man. Seriously, I really think it might be the time to do it. So yeah, but again, one step changer Jazz. I don't really care about one step changer. I think I have everything else noted except for the Last Night Mohawk Transcraft Mohican. It is the Last Night Mohawk. It is a color prototype. Mohawk did not get a Studio Series release as of yet. Did not get a proper Last Night figure, but we have this very spindly kind of looking figure. Now his motorcycle mode looks tremendous. I love it. What this third party is offering for the motorcycle is amazing. For the actual robot, again, the sculpt looks stellar, but as I look at it, I can't help but think like Beast Machine's Thrust. Like, I get that sort of body vibe from it. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I can't deny that it looks really good. I might actually be in for this one because I kind of like to have a Mohawk. I think that it'd be a good figure character to have. So I think, I don't know what the pricing will be, but if that's not idiotic, then I might be in for it, man. Now, just because I was asked, the new Cyberverse reveals, I'll do those next before I kind of go through some of my other things here. And we have Whirl, Repugnus, Hot Rod, and Bludgeon. And we have stock images of all of them. And right now, you're getting my absolute first reaction to these. Bludgeon looks similar to the RID Bludgeon, but I'm going to say now the RID Bludgeon is a fine figure, fine mold. Doesn't replace my Revenge of the Fallen. I think it was Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon, that Voyager one. But you know what? I do have that mold as the Autobot counterpart. Blast Wave. I think it was Blast Wave, something like that. This one looks like a block with two, like, it doesn't look good. I don't know if it's a deluxe, or a warrior. It looks more like a one-step changer. I don't think the Bludgeon looks great. If you're going to go for a Bludgeon, honestly, get the RID one and have that stand in as your Cyberverse bludgeon. I think you'll be happier. And I like that we're getting bludgeon on Cyberverse. That's cool that we're getting that character. Whirl looks cool. Again, I don't think it's going to replace my Generations one for me, but nice helicopter. I love the 2 shades of blue that are used. Looks like Whirl. Absolutely kind of dig it. Kind of dig it. I'm not sure about the articulation in the elbows at the arms. It might be one solid piece. That would be unfortunate. And I'm not sure if there's knees, though it looks like there may be knees. Hard to tell from these stock photos. Hot Rod. Hot Rod looks significantly better. This Hot Rod looks like it's taking certain design and possibly transformation cues, maybe from the Titans Return one a little bit, just a little bit. It's way better than what we have now for Hot Rod. That's trash. I've seen it, and I'm embarrassed for anyone who gets that Hot Rod. It's just trash. The new one looks great. A new Megatron, it looks phenomenal. I think it's going to be the best one of these Megatrons that we've gotten yet. And that being said, I don't see stock images there of Repugnus, unless I'm missing them. So I don't know. I got the Generations Repugnus. I'm happy with that. But hey, if you want to introduce Repugnus, I'm cool with that. I'd like seeing some of these characters that we don't often see get introduced. So I'm down for it. Absolutely down for it. In terms of news and notes as well, we saw Apeface, who looks really cool. We saw in-hand images of Apeface. He looks really cool. I think there might even be 1 or 2 people that have done a review on him. I don't know how they got him, man. And his Titan Master, I don't know how that will be. It looks like the back of his legs and just his back is going to both have bulk on it, because it looks like his back, as with all Titan Masters, will have, like, say, the robot face on the back. We're used to that. But it looks like the back of the legs will kind of be the like gorilla ape face. Ape face, pardon the pun. But like, I don't know if that's too much bulk on a Titan Master. Maybe it doesn't matter because it's just a Titan Master. It looks great. I don't think it's going to be a great Titan Master. Can you use the Titan Master that came from Titans Return? You could, I believe. I think the connection will be the same, but I don't think you would really be able to do the transformation, because when you try to do the transformation, you know what's going to happen. That's right. You're going to turn it around. It's just going to be the back of his legs, because it's not going to be any gorilla face on it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Looks good, but I don't think Titan Master is going to be its strength. And there's a lot in hand, man. There's a lot of battle damage on that. I'm going to have to deal with that, because I'm not down for that at all. But I'm definitely getting a Bring on Snapdragon. Absolutely Bring on Snapdragon. What else do we have here? We also saw in-hand images of Spinister. Now, I personally am excited about Spinister, because when I was a lad in the G1 days, he was the only target master, good or bad, that I had, and he was a double target master. And I already have Hair Splitter, looking forward to Singe, and I was looking at Spinister, and I was like, you know what? The helicopter looks cool, man. The robot looks cool. Then I was really sizing up his legs, and I know this has been mentioned, but I find it's really standing out to me, where I look at both of his legs, and all I can think is, that doesn't look like a split cockpit for like his lower shins. It looks like the dude has 2 cockpits. And I find that so weird. Obviously, when he transforms, we have one cockpit leg underneath the helicopter, and the other one is the actual cockpit. It's so strange, but I find that in hand, it's really standing out to me. You know, what can I say? It's really standing out to me. Am I going to get him? Yeah, absolutely, because it's Spinister. And just because, if nothing else, I love the mix of his colors, and his name is Spinister. Okay, let's check in with you guys before I kind of go on here, because I know you guys have been talking, and I know I've missed a bunch, and I know I have a bunch of people that I have to say hello to. Let's see here. Joker, hey, Joker, do you have a new like picture in your logo? I feel like it's different. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, tell him I said hello. By all means, man, I feel so bad that I missed it. I'd love to be able to be there with you lads, but alas, geography is geography. Let's see. For it, whatever it is, I'm down for anything. Raiden, he was awesome. Raiden was awesome. I absolutely agree. I guess we'll see what this project becomes, but I don't want to overstep things and get too excited and then get let down. Let's see. I missed out on, yeah, I mean, TF Fan Geek, it is what it is, and we've gotten so much in such a short amount of time. I'm not going to say that I won't get them, but I don't think I'm going to be one of the ones fighting to get them. Something I've always been curious about with Raiden, though, I don't really mind either way. It's the idea of them getting, hold on, localized names in English. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Raiden with the Japanese names is difficult, even just for us to pronounce. It is what it is. We all know that we do a terrible job with it, and I feel so bad for Japanese fans because they must be so very understanding of us and our terrible pronunciation. Would it be nice if they had kind of like, anglicisms done to their name? Yeah, it would, but like I don't need it. They are Japanese original characters. Keep their Japanese names. I respect it for what it is. Larkin, happy you're here as always, buddy. I bet you're gonna have to go and get your kid. I bet, because we all know that Larkin is a great dad. I have the TFC version of the Seacons. That's fair. Joker, like that's fair, but aren't they big? Like, aren't they large? If I'm going to have a combiner, I want it to scale with my combiner wars, and I feel like that would be too big for my combiner wars. What do I know? Going down here, guys. Devlin, hey, happy that you're here, buddy. The head of Devastator looks wonky. I'm sure once someone does better pictures, it will look. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, they're obviously just quick, offhanded pictures taken of Mixmaster. And like I said, I even think that his vehicle mode was mistransformed. I think that they were just done quickly to get the pictures out. Eddie, hey, welcome. The movie bots are weird at times. Yeah, the movie bots are weird. It is what it is. You just roll with it. Demolisher was killed, but I feel like, but wasn't Demolisher and Scavenger, didn't they have the same body type? Or am I wrong about that? I missed so much in Revenge of the Fallen. Like, there's so many characters there that I didn't even know who they were, and was years before I found out who they were. Let's see, going down here. Kato, hey, glad you're here, buddy. By the way, shout out to Kato. We're going to talk about this in a little bit. I mentioned how Impactor kind of helped me with a crisis of faith that I was having. So did Kato and Sardo, and David, our good friend David. And I'll talk about how all three of you helped me out in a little bit. But Kato, it is invaluable, my friend, invaluable. And I haven't seen David here yet, but if he misses this, I bet he's going to be really sad. Ratchet slowly appearing. Yeah, I saw too that the Walmart 35th anniversary guys are appearing. By the way, everybody, I believe 10:30 my time, so that would be, say, 9 Eastern. Kato is premiering his look at the 35th anniversary Optimus Prime, the cell-shaded one. I look forward to seeing that comparison. So when we're done here, by all means, everybody head over and see Kato's review of that Prime. We'll try and meet up there. Kato, out of respect to you, buddy, I'm going to try and keep things somewhat short here to get through. Just make sure that we can all get over there in time. Wait until you get to episode 18 of season 2. Not there yet. Here's the thing, TF Fangeek. You're saying episode 18 of season 2. First, I thought there was only 16 episodes in season 2. Secondly, season 2 has not premiered here. It's just what I've managed to be able to find online. So we don't even have it officially premiered in Canada yet. Devlin, let's see. I've selected high and low. I've searched high and low for Ratchet. Be patient, Devlin. He's coming, buddy. He's coming. Let's see. Watch most of season 2. Watch it, Green Turtle Gaming season 2. I think you'll like it way better than season 1. I'm having a blast watching it. Let's see. Going down here. Now that you mention it, actually, I would have really worked the name Thrust as a reference to Beast Machines, wouldn't he? He would have worked as Thrust as a reference to Beast Machines instead of Mohawk. Obviously, I know what you're talking about there. Triple R, buddy, glad you're here. Let's see. Going down here. Bludgeon looks bad. I'm surprised at Whirl. I'm surprised at Whirl and Repugnus, but they're welcomed. I hope that they're in the fiction. So I checked and it said we are getting a character in Earthrise called Smashdown. We already have Smashdown. The Smashdown we're getting in Earthrise is the Battlemaster reissued in Earthrise packaging. I don't know why. Smashdown's a great little lad, but he's still just the same lad. I don't know. He's getting a new mode. No, he's not getting a new mode or a new mold, Dinosaur Planet. It's a reissue of that same one. I've never seen it done like across two lines, but it's already been shown and confirmed that Smashdown is getting re-released. I don't know. For a longer period until yeah, and I've heard that Astro Train will actually have versions of him in both packages. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. Fine. I don't care as long as I get. And maybe it's all right that they do that, because a lot of times you miss waves and whatnot. I want an Astro Train. I know I'm going to be a sucker and overpay for him. I know he's not really worth a leader class price. He's a Voyager, good Voyager. But I could also see, because he's the last of Siege, I could see him being overlooked. But if he's also the first of Earthrise, he definitely won't be overlooked. Dragonfly, glad you're here, buddy. Crimson, hey, buddy. Glad you're here, too. Let's see, going down here. And guys, I know I'm skipping some stuff here now, but I'm trying to get through it. Yeah, I agree. Snapdragon would be absolute boss, Crimson. Ape Face does look good. I don't know about that Titan Master, though. We'll see. Gen Zen, hey, welcome. Let's see. Certainly removing the Siege, bird dropping. Yeah, Astro Train has to have something done with the battle damage on him. I think that it looks terrible in both modes. It looks terrible in robot mode. It looks terrible in shuttle mode. Awful in shuttle mode. Does Shockwave even have any on him? I don't even remember Shockwave having any on him, man. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying I don't remember. Sunshine was more popular than Hasbro realized, so they added him to Siege. I think you mean to Earthrise Triple R. And yeah, Smashdown was popular because he's just a cool little dude who turns into a big battle hammer. What's that like? Event Progenitor here. Always welcome. He's been such a good friend to the channel. Let's see. Might see an upgrade of Ape Face's Titan Master. I agree, Maximal 10. By the way, Maximal 10, I don't know if you heard it or not, but today I saw, and I don't know if the rest of you know this or not, today I saw the Studio Series 44. I find it very interesting that he's number 44. I saw the Studio Series 44. That is the leader class Optimus Prime with his trailer at local retail. He's in package with the trailer and the battle circle. I don't think it's for me, but he was right next to Jetfire. I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to get both Jetfire and that Optimus, but that's two leader class figures, and around here leader class figures $70. That's $140 plus tax for those two figures. I don't know if I'm into either of them that much, honestly. There you go. There's an example of the prices going up and me saying, nah, it's not worth it. When, you know what, make them $10, $15 less, guaranteed I would have bought them. I didn't even remember Shockwave having any on them, so what do I know? Dinosaur Planet, I talked about it last week. There was a picture that Thu put up comparing the Siege Astro Train to the Titans Return one. It is significantly smaller, significantly. The head of Siege Astro Train might come up to about the chest of the Titans Return Astro Train. It is much smaller. More accurate, but much smaller. No, Refractor didn't have any. Upcoming review, Dennis does not know about yet, too. What? Event Progenitor? What? You know about an upcoming review Dennis does not know about yet. See, I'm already interested and already intrigued. Speaking of reviews coming up, we're going to, this coming week, take a look at these 4 G1 lads. And I've been saving this one group. This is the last group that I had to cover from G1, and there's 4 of them. And the reason that we're going to be looking at them is because we're going to be looking at this. Just found it today. So far, just one store at local retail has these guys, and I was lucky enough to find them today. Still a few on the shelves, actually. And they are, for me, reuses of these guys who I already looked at. Are they better? Are they worse? Are they the same? Because this guy had to do some work with. Raikon, he had a little bit of trouble. So I'm looking forward to looking at those little lads. I also know that there's a couple of things on the horizon. Speaking of Event Progenitor, that him and I have talked about. A couple of things on the horizon there that are upcoming. I think we're waiting on a couple of things. If I'm not mistaken, he can clarify for me. I think we're waiting on a couple of things, but yeah, a couple of things on the horizon, and something that I don't even know about now that he has me curious about. What else do we have here? Doesn't have Shockwave. That's a good price for Shockwave. I guess it seems like that would probably be your Voyager price in the States. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. I just looked. Didn't even know Shockwave had battle damage on his feet. I didn't even notice it on him. What do I know? Let's see. Good luck, GTG. Hope you find them when you go on Saturday, man. Starscream went video bombing. She does that a lot, but we let her off with it because we're all fans of Starscream wife around here, right? Let's see, Optimus Prime at Walmart, not really into Studio Series. Yeah, I mean, the Optimus is fine. If I was in the Studio Series, I would get that over Studio Series 32 because you get the trailer. Get the trailer. Whenever you can get the trailer, you get the trailer, man. He's going to be at the, Polyhex Tower or in the lab, right? I would think he would be clean. True. Fair point, Crimson. You would think that he would be clean. I agree with you, buddy. Most of the Prowl family lack battle damage. Most of them do. But then you got Barricade, and Barricade has the bird crap on the side of his fenders. I get it. It's supposed to be damage. I think Larkin even liked it. I didn't like it. Actually, maybe Larkin didn't like it. I don't know. I don't remember. I can't remember what you guys do all the time. You know what I'm like, man. I'm old. I don't remember stuff. Yeah, I don't like the battle damage. I hope it's gone for Earthrise. Yeah, you're getting something you're going to want to review, and I know 100% you have the figure. Interesting. Okay, should be interesting. Didn't see Dr. Archivel in his tower. Let's see. Good to hold out in that case. See the same happening with Astro Train, but I want him when he comes out. Yeah, I think Astro Train won't be that hard to get. You didn't like it. Okay. You already cleaned up. Larkin, question for you, buddy. Was it easy or hard with his battle damage? Because you know as well as I do, some of them, the battle damage is easy to deal with. Other ones, it's a bit of a chore. And I was curious about that with Barricade. It's on the feet, on the chest, and spots on the chest, looking armor. Any woman that likes Transformers is a keeper in my eyes. I don't know if it's so much. She likes them in spurts, and then sometimes it's like, yeah, I just tolerate it. She gets in spurts with it. Let's see. I'll take total It makes total sense for battle damage to be gone by Earthrise. No, yeah, like it would make sense, but I see again. You know what? Here's the thing about battle damage. Have you guys seen? I'm sure you have. From Toy World, their I don't know, the senile old tank, and they just now have their like World War II Bumblebee. Have you seen the way the battle damage is done on that? That's battle damage done right. That's heavy scratch done right. What we have gotten with Siege is not. It's just a sloppy, ugly mess done wrong. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look those up from Toy World, and you'll see what I mean when I say, yeah, that is heavy scratch and battle damage done right, and I like it. If Siege had done it like that, I'd be totally cool with it. Fender damage from fishtailing when you tap the back light. I don't care why he has it. It doesn't look like battle damage, Crimson. It looks like a bird pooped on him. It's so poorly done. Don't call it battle damage. It's not. He drove through a flock of birds. That's how bad it looks. It does not cover all of the figures you have. That is too costly for me to say. Event progenitor, anything you do to help the channel, my friend, is appreciated. Wasn't that hard? Good. I'm glad, Larkin. I'm glad it wasn't that hard. Yeah, 91% is what I use as well. But I was just curious. Actually, Earthrise Hoist, there is some battle damage. I didn't see any battle damage on Hoist. Interesting. Green Turtle Gaming. We shall see. Spinister's damage will be easy to remove. Both have it on the legs. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't know why they tried to do that. That's worse than those stickers from Power of the Primes. We don't know what those stickers were like now, don't we? Let's see. Alcohol from to remove most of the red on Red Alert's hood to make out of it. Interesting. That's a good idea, Crimson. Make him into Clampdown. Not a bad idea, buddy. Let's see. Hoist is supposed to be grease. He's a tow truck. I can get it. He drove through a flock of, yeah, man, he drove through a flock of birds, like geese. He drove through, Barricade drove through a bunch of geese. That's what I'm going with. On a Thursday night, that's what I said. Barricade drove through a flock of geese. When you come here for the live show, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. How did Impactor help me? We're going to get to that in just a few minutes, Tia Fangeek. Okay, so I'm all caught up with you guys there. Reveals for this week, not really much in the way of reveals, just a couple of things I wanted to mention. We saw the new studio series, Megatron, that's a plane from the first movie. It looks like he's silver. Of all of the Megatrons we have gotten, he might be the best. He looks the best. And I love Studio Series 13 and 31. And I even really dig the Dark of the Moon Leader class version, although I don't know if it's really Leader class. It's not much bigger than the Voyagers, honestly. But I think this new one, looking as silver as he does, might be the best. He looks glorious. I already said about the Seacons, can't get them. New Age revealed a gold and clear version of Agamemnon, which is their Megatron. I think, even though it's a legend, it's one of the best engineered Megatrons we've ever gotten. The conversion looks fun. He's highly functional. Granted, the kick forward means you have to use a weird hinge that sort of breaks the sculpt, but he's tremendous. He really, the articulation, the conversion. If you haven't checked out Agamemnon, check it out. New Age is striking it out of the ballpark so many ways, man. And of course, they're going for the gold and the clear reuses. Can't really blame them. What else did we see? We saw B-movie trumpeter model kits for Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, I think Blitzwing, I'm not sure who else was in there, Shatter and Soundwave. They all look stupendous. If you don't know Trumpeter, I think they're best known for military model kits. These 5 offerings we've only seen in grayscale, but the detail is astonishingly good. And now they're not going to transform, but they're really quite good, man. Can't blame them at all. They're super articulated. I think with something along the no. Did I write down? No, I didn't. I thought I wrote down how many points they have, but I didn't see that. It's just they're going to be highly articulated. They don't transform. Speaking of highly articulated and not transforming, 3-0 used to be 3A. They showed their Optimus Prime. I think he's 15 inches tall, something like 55 points of articulation. Has like a metal die-cast endoskeleton. It looks like he jumped out of the movie. It's tremendous. Again, high-end collectible, doesn't transform. 15 inches, it's quite large. It is based on Optimus Prime as he appeared in the Bumblebee movie. We saw Studio Series Shockwave in-hand images. It's an obvious reuse with some significant remolding of that Studio Series 13 or 31 Megatron. I love the mold. If you didn't like the mold, you're not going to like it as Shockwave. If you did like the mold, you probably going to like it as Shockwave. I know I certainly do. And we had confirmed that in Studio Series, we are getting a version of Sentinel Prime. Great character, voiced by the late, great Leonard Nimoy. And I think a lot of people are going to be excited to get that iteration of Sentinel Prime. How will the transformation be? If any of the Sentinel Primes in the past are any indication, it's going to be a monstrous beast, but it's also going to be glorious. And we had revealed from DNA Designs an upgrade to the legs of Siege Ultra Magnus and Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime that makes them stand taller. Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime also comes with fillers for his 2 huge slung cannons. So really cool set if you're into those. I don't have either of those figures myself. They're not for me, but I know people who do, and I think it would be a great set for them. I already talked about Cyberverse Episode 7. Don't need to go through that. Let's do our trivia. Easy trivia tonight, man. Easy trivia. And we're almost done for the night. Tonight, the trivia question, pretty simply put, are you ready? What was Transformers called originally in Japan? Was it called Transform? Was it called Mega Force Change? Was it called Robots from Space? Or was it called Fight Super Robot Lifeform Transformers? A, B, C, or D? Easy one, super easy one tonight. We only have about 3 more things to do. Majority done, which is good. I'm going to check in with you guys and see what you guys come up with for the answers. I bet you every single person here knows it because you guys are so smart. You're smarter than me. It doesn't mean much, though, because I'm not so smart. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, guys, we'll get to the crisis solving in a second. Make a good point. Did see the damage. Purple was coming. What? I did notice Shockwave's purple was coming off when he was trying to remove the battle damage, so they might have painted the entire figure. Really interesting. I never tried to take the battle damage off Shockwave. Didn't even know he had it, but you say the purple came off. That's interesting. Weird. You can also make Autobot deep cover by using G2 Siege Sideswipe and paint everything red. A dark navy. Everything is red. Dark. You could. Another good idea. Crimson Raptor. Waiting for Studio Series Leadfoot to exist. He probably will. I mean, we're getting Roadbuster. Leadfoot can't be that far behind TF Fan Geek. Inutabby, hey, glad you're here, buddy. I need to try to get sleep, catch you later. Sleep tight, Triple R. Bumblebee Trumpeter is well known for very high end at a very small scale. I have several. There you go. Oh yeah, interesting that they could fit on broadside. Very interesting. David, glad you're here, buddy. We're gonna talk about you in just a minute, actually. Well, kind of in a minute. And we're going to kind of talk about you and Kato and Sardo, actually. Let's see, studio series except the Prime Bumblebee movie version and camera. I didn't get the Bumblebee Prime. I mean, how many Optimus Primes do you need, man? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's a great figure, I guess. I've seen it. I saw it in hand a few times. I skipped it over because I didn't need another Prime. Sentinel Leader. Yeah, I've reviewed the original Sentinel Leader class. Did the transformation in one take. That was brutal. Super duper solid figure. I'm sure the new Sentinel will not be as heavy or as big as that, but it's definitely quite a Sentinel Prime. So is it going to be using the same tool? Absolutely will not be using the same tooling. No, definitely not. It will be new tooling for that Sentinel Prime. Absolutely new mold. That Prime may get purchased. I'm okay with something that nice and doesn't transform. Fair enough. When they release plain version Shatter, I'll grab her and Pegworm. I'll grab her and Pegworming. Yeah, I don't know why the Copter Dropkick is Pegworming. He's a fantastic figure. If you haven't picked him up, you're missing out. It's a fantastic figure. I love the car version. But honestly, functional-wise, like the car version looks the part better, but functional-wise, the helicopter's better. Just saying. And going down here. Yeah, D. A bunch of people saying D. I'm down that far now. And I think we're almost caught up here. Yes, David. Yes, you. We're going to talk about you in a minute, buddy. Hold out on Lancer. Pulse put her back up a week ago. Blah, blah, blah. Pulse is no good for her anyway. I got my Lancer pre-ordered. She still hasn't come. So I don't know when she's going to arrive. And I think we're pretty much caught up. Oh, yeah, my arm is hurt. I think I mentioned to you guys a little bit things I don't do for you guys. I must love you guys because I was actually doing last week's reviews and I kind of severely burned my arm. I was kind of putting everything away after, and one of my lights is gets quite hot, and I unplugged it and my arm went over the top of the light. And when my arm went over the top of the light, it basically, my skin kind of peeled back, not to be disgusting here, but it kind of peeled back. And I stood there and I looked at it and I was like, I did a thing. And like I came upstairs and Starscream wife looked at me and she was like, what did you do? And I told her, she was like, doesn't it hurt? I'm like, no, not really. I think I was in shock. And about 2 days later, I didn't have a bandage on it, and I like rubbed it against something else, and the skin that was on it healing was so thin that it tore again, and that hurt, and that still hurts. So tonight I'm trying to let some air get at it because I've had it bandaged all week at work, and I'll do the same tomorrow. So I'm trying to let some air at it. So I'm sorry if it grosses you guys out. I apologize. It was not. Right? Can you see it? Yeah. It's not like it's healed now. This is like a week of healing. That's what it's like after a week. So yeah, it was not fun. Okay, so the business pages, we'll do that quickly. We just had the third quarter earnings report come in, and earnings were down. Now they blamed the whole tariffs thing. They said, oh, earnings are down because of tariffs, although earnings were up because of the Bumblebee movie. What? Earnings from the Bumblebee movie were up? That's still a thing? There's a few of those. No, not a few. There's a lot of those figures here still on the shelves, just not moving. You see them all the time, but they're just there. They're not moving. Cyberverse is starting to move. Siege pegworms a lot. Like, none of it's very hard to get because it's so overpriced. Until it goes on sale, then the things move. But overall, they said that profits were down because of the impending tariffs, and the stock for Hasbro went down. I don't think it has anything to do with tariffs. Stop lying. I think that's lies. It has to do with your poor business decisions that you've made over the last 2 months and the strife that you've caused within the fandom. That's what has happened. You can like it, you can lump it, but that's the fact. It went down because people are fed up with your nonsense. Simple as that, man. I'm fed up with your nonsense. That's why I didn't buy Jetfire and Optimus Prime. You missed out on 2 sales because you got too greedy for your own good. Good on you, guys. Missing out on sales, it's a great way to keep your investors happy, I'm sure. Now, that brings me, of course, to my crisis that I had. And a lot of you know over the last couple of weeks, I've really been struggling. Actually, a lot of you don't know. Only a couple of you know. David knows. And a couple of other select people know. I've been very vocal over the last couple of months about my displeasure with a lot of things that's been happening, man. Too many things that's been happening. And everybody just sucking it up, just buying into it and being loyal to a company looking to take your money. And here's the thing. After the whole funding thing happened and you had the people that backed that Unicron being so glad about, oh, you got back, blah, blah, blah. As if it was a victory when it wasn't. It was limping to the finish line. I started to see such strife between people. And it bothered me because I looked at something that I love and that I take joy in. And it was becoming dirty and messy. And I was feeling embarrassed, honestly, to be a part of it. So much so that I considered throwing it all down, quitting the fandom, walking away. A lot of people sometimes talk about they've had nothing but good experiences. I did until the last couple of months. And I've had so many bad experiences in the last couple of months, so many arguments, and I've had so much shade thrown my way that I found it really discouraging for something I'm supposed to be able to love. So much so that I came this close about a week and a half ago to throwing it all down, quitting, walking away from everyone and everything. I was done. I was fed up. But then something happened. And this does do my heart good. It does show how wonderful you guys are. 3 things happened. First, I was talking to David, and he told me that there was going to be an unboxing that was going to be done by Kato. Would I please watch it? I said, sure, I'll watch it. And I watched it, and I didn't realize just how significant that was going to be. Because in that, Kato was as, sincere as I've ever seen anyone about how appreciative he was to both David and Sardo. Sardo had lent him a book so that he could become more informed and knowledgeable about the comics. Sardo didn't have to do that, but he did it anyway because it's a fan helping a fan. David sent Kato, and I hope we get a better look at this Kato, by the way, sent him really an Optimus Prime custom painted to be like the Rhino from Mask. It looks glorious. David don't give himself nearly enough credit as a customizer. It looks fantastic. He'd done a tremendous job, but he sent it to Kato just because it's a fan helping a fan. And seeing you guys help each other out like that done my heart good. Seeing Kato's response done my heart good and made me realize, you know what? There's still a lot of good people out there. A lot of good people. And the few that I've had run-ins with, I don't want to let them be the ones that take something that I enjoy away from me. The second thing that happened was that I got this guy. This guy, Impactor. And Impactor also helped me kind of get past my crisis because he's that good. If you haven't seen my review of this guy yet, go check it out. This was a character that 2 or 3 weeks ago, I didn't even know he existed. Didn't know who he was, knew zero, didn't even know the name, knew nothing about him. And then I started to learn a bit about him. When I got him, he was so good that I went looking him up. Now, he helped to rekindle my kind of passion for learning about aspects of the franchise that I didn't even know existed. I know a lot about Hound and a lot about Sideswipe and a lot about Red Alert. You know who I don't know a lot about? You know who was information for me to seek? Impactor. And he really shines because he made me care about a character that I didn't even know existed. And then a third thing happened to help me to get past the crisis. One of the people, someone that's very well known in the community, and I'm not going to drop names, but if you have followed me anywhere on any of the groups or on social media, you probably know that me and this other well-known person have had a lot of run-ins in the last few months, a lot of arguments in the last few months. But we both agreed that Impactor is the cream of the crop, best of the best from the Siege line. And for us to agree on anything is monumental. It might be one of the signs of the apocalypse. So between Impactor himself being so awesome, between Impactor being the reason that me and this other guy who I've had a lot of disagreements with agreed on something, and because of like Kato's appreciation and the generosity of Sardo and David, I think that all of that together has really helped me get it past what really was a crisis in collecting for me, enough that I was really, really finding a lot of frustration and being bothered a lot by what I was seeing going on. So, what?
I lost my headphones.
Oh no! Oh no! But I thank you, David. Thank you, Sardo. Thank you, Kato. Thank you, Impactor. And I, like I say, I know that sounds kind of deep, but I don't think any of you realize just how kind of disgusted and frustrated I was with the business practices and the way that I've seen people get on in the last couple of months. That's how much it really, really bothered me. Not a little thing. It really bothered me. So thank you to all of you, because it really made a difference. Kato, you don't know how much you affect someone sometimes just by doing something like this. And I'm letting you know you had a much more positive effect on me than I think you could have possibly realized. Same to you, David. And Sardo, if you're in here, if he's not in here, somebody let Sardo know how much I appreciate his role in this as well, please. And that brings me to the last thing before I go back here and we have a little chit chat. Top 5 QC issues that I have encountered. Now, earlier, someone said, do you mean just from Siege? No, but I've had more QC issues with Siege than I've ever had with any line, to be honest with you. Everybody talks about how perfect it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. If it was perfect, I wouldn't have any QC issues with it, and I have. But that's not what this is. This is just the 5 worst QC issues I've had, and I think that I've actually been quite lucky and mostly avoided QC issues. I've known some people who have them all the time, man, and I feel so bad for them that they have such bad luck. I've been really lucky, especially with, say, the Siege weaponizers. There's been a lot of variation. A lot of them, people say, are so loose. And none of mine are. All of mine, their joints, their connections work like butter. Absolutely like butter. A lot of people have said the null rays on the Rainmakers or on Skywarp is loose. Not on mine. They're fine on mine. Siege Jetfire. Some people say his joints are too tight. His joints are too loose. His shoulders pop out, whatever. Mine's pretty good, mostly pretty good. I really can't complain about it. So I thought about it and I was like, what's the 5 that I've had that have been the worst? Not the worst figures, the worst QC issues that I've encountered. Number 5, Universe Galvatron. Just everything about that. It's so loose. Everything just falls off. It's such trash. Like his arms just fall off if you look at him the wrong way. Tied with him is RID Starscream. His legs fell off right at a package. I had to fix them. So those 2 for joint looseness are the worst ones I've had. Although, to be fair, Big Powered, the Sonic Bomber, his legs were pretty awful, pretty terrible. But to be fair, all Takara figures that I've had have been loose. They're all pretty tolerant to awful. I don't like Takara. I try to avoid them. That's another reason I didn't jump on the Seacons, because I have a feeling they're going to be really loose and terrible. Number 4, Ball of Cybertron, Jazz, and Sideswipe. I liked them. I wanted to like them so much, but both of them had the shoulders give out and just shear right off. That's unfortunate. The shoulders should have probably been handled better, but both of them had it shear right off. The plastic just gone, man. Number 3, Fans Toys Phoenix. Everybody loves it. I despise it. The joints are not good on the one that I had, and fresh at a package before I converted, before I done anything, when I was just testing out his movement, I discovered, and the owner didn't know this, I discovered that a hip was broken fresh at a package. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not for what you're paying for it. Number 2, this was becoming more and more common. Misassembly issues. My Siege Optimus Prime, my original Siege Optimus Prime, had to go return because one of the front tires was not pinned in properly. I have seen like pieces, like bottoms of the feet of some of the weaponizers missing. I have seen 2 left arms on a lot of the weaponizers, or 2 right arms. Not right. I've seen in Studio Series, I've seen similar issues. Shatter. My first one, again, seemed like, I'm going to say misassembled, but really what it was I think they tried to apply glue, and I think it spilled out and got sloppy and messy, and they just left it and didn't clean it up. It wasn't great, and I had to return her, and the one I got was toleranced poorly. And number 1, missing parts. I've only ever had one figure that had a part missing, and that was my Punch Counterpunch and his tire. And we all know that ordeal, though some people have encountered situations where they've had lots of parts missing. And I feel so bad. I'd love to know what sort of issues you guys have had when it comes to QC. Okay, while I leave you with that question, I'm just going to go back. We're going to check in with the comments. We'll have a little chit chat, and then we'll get out of here for the night, because we've got on an hour, and that is, I think, long enough. Even though you guys are really chatty tonight, I love when you guys are chatty. Does my heart good. Does my heart good to see you guys really being active in the community. I love it so much. Going down here. Yeah, baby smooth. Yeah, that's pretty baby smooth right there, buddy. Disinfect that wound. I guess might have cauterized. Yeah, the wound's been. What I've been doing with it, got the advice actually off a buddy of mine who is a paramedic, so I figure he knows better than me what to do with it. Let's see. I saw Starscream wife. Yeah, she's kicking around. Changed their company symbol to yellow and black to honor Bumblebee. They might change their company symbol to yellow and black because everything got to be Bumblebee. Tariffs, yeah, tariffs. Taxes on imports coming into a country. Dinosaur Planet, the U.S. is having a trade war with China, and there are tariffs being put in. Before it was, I think, free trade, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm not from America. What do I know? I know I don't pay anything for stuff that comes from China. I buy a clearance lot. Yeah, smart idea. Yeah, Bumblebee continues to be pushed. Probably always will. Yeah, David, I'm part of the inner circle of Gotbot rants. That's it, man. You've made it to the big time now, David. Third-party Spartan Impactor versus Siege. I think they're 2 completely different things. Spartan is much bigger. I feel like he goes with a different sort of display. Also much more expensive. Spartan is obviously better. He's bigger. There's more to him. But honestly, it wouldn't fit in my display. It wouldn't fit in my collection. It's not for me. I would take Siege Impactor any day. He is tremendous, and his cost is extremely reasonable for what he is, because he is also an example of a deluxe that is significantly more than a traditional deluxe. Traditional deluxes in, say, the Prime Wars trilogy were about 84 to 86 grams. Impactor is 105 grams. Even if we go back to classics and look at something like Prowl or Sideswipe, they're like 92 to 94 grams. Impactor is 105 grams. He's a huge deluxe. Keep making deluxes like that. I think your price is absolutely justified. It was overpriced, and nobody should ever put people down over a $600 US figure. There's only a few, sadly. It was a few that kind of sort of like attacked, I suppose, people for not backing that thing. But they were a very vocal minority, too vocal of a minority. And I can tell you now, I don't know what you guys heard, but with me talking to people outside of the fandom, when I would tell them about this and how much it cost, like they'd laugh and be like, that's ridiculous. Like, what kind of a moron's going to, buy that? And then when I'd say a lot of people are buying it, it was embarrassing. It was a source of embarrassment for me. The outer tier fandom is toxic. The inside is great. Well, you know what? I almost did quit over them. Honestly, I almost did. It's not a ghost in the hallway, Skybite. Thanks. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Absolutely positively thankful. Yeah, I mean, Kato, you're such a humble guy all the time, buddy. But I've never seen you kind of gush as much as you did that night. It really done my heart well. Chicken fried steak. I'm trying to preach about goodness, buddy. Do my best. It's not a ghost. It's Starscream wife. Good people like you. Yeah, you know what, Crimson Raptor, makes all the difference. You don't realize the difference it makes. Let's see, Wreck and Rule. I can't wait to introduce him to Universal Collision, but we're a long way off Impactor coming there yet. But I do have a role for him. Far more positive fans out there than negative. The negative ones are just louder. Kato's absolutely right. There are far more positive fans than negative, but the negative are just louder. Words full of sound and fury signifying nothing. Unfortunately, it gets under my skin. I agree. Dinosaur Planet. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Going down here. Let's see. It is a drain, Kato. Negativity is a drain. Absolutely, buddy. But I felt like I had to get it off my chest, and I felt like I had to show appreciation for the people that helped get me over it, because I was really bothered by it. Thank you, Gotbot, and everyone here in chat. You guys are the best. You're welcome, brother. Dinosaur. And I think we're pretty much down and done, which is good because we're heading on soon time for Kato's premiere, and we got to head over there and take a look at that. Guys, I know I'm missing some of the things here, but I am trying to kind of clue things up. Yeah, it is Starscream wife ghost. Let's see. Don't speak Starscream wife's name 3 times or she'll appear, and she's scary. She is a scary lady. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you listening to my rant. I appreciate you guys coming by. You know, I absolutely love it when you do. What can I say? Thanks for dropping by. Give me some of your extremely valuable time. You know how much I appreciate it. Please, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. And hey, hit the subscribe button of everybody that's in the chat. You know as well that if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there's a donate link down in the description. Don't forget, somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference. And you know what? Kato, David, and Sardo proved it here tonight. And that's it. The only thing left to say is I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.